Just moving forward, Sohan. When we look at leadership and entrepreneurship, one of the key aspects to it is really building your next level of leadership team so that you've really delegated different functions to people who are smarter than you in these other functions. Now, as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, how do you really hire that top level of leadership team, and what are the key qualities that you look for in such people?
Okay. So we are talking about hiring the top level of leadership. So when we talk about the top level of leadership, they are essentially reporting to you. So imagine you are running a big organization, big company, and you want to hire the next level of leaders or nurture an existing person to that level of leadership so that that person can start taking ownership similar to what you are doing. Essentially, we are creating a mirror of ourselves. What we are capable of, we want our leaders to behave in the same way. When we talk about this aspect, the most important thing that we look at for hiring is trust. Can I trust this person? Is it why it is so very important is because you are going to share all your business secrets, trade secrets, everything, and nurture that person, help that person to take over the organization and grow it further. So there has to be a very strong trust. So you can only hire somebody whom you can trust, or over a period of time you have built a trust and you know that person, and hence you are hiring that particular individual. So trust is very, very important. The number one point. The second very important point is transparency. Now, if a leader whom you are hiring is not transparent to tell you what the decisions that he or she is making, it's not going to help you. It's going to be not so good relationship between you and either co-founder or your next level of leader, and it's going to be very difficult to take the organization further. So there has to be enough and more transparency between you. Whatever your next level of leaders know, you should know it, and what you know, they should know it. So that level of transparency has to be there. Now, can you hire somebody who is so trustworthy as well as who is ready to give that level of trespass and transparency to you? That's very, very important. Now, coming to the next point. So this is the initial. Now, if these two are missing, then probably you will not go to the next level. You first figure out whether these two are very, very much visible to you. Now, when we go to the next level, what we look at it is the person aligned to your vision? Aligned to your vision. Now, when you hire somebody, that person may think that, okay, I'm an employee, so I will be an order taker. No, your leadership level will not be an order taker. They have to run the organization. If you are not there for, let's say you are not available for the next 1 month, can your leaders actually run the organization for that 1 month? Can they take over and they can run the company? Can they have the vision to run it, knowing that this is my company? Can they behave like this is my company, not thinking just like an employee? So a leader who does not have a vision, who cannot think better than the founder or equal to the founder at least, so it is very difficult to find out that and hire a person who does not have these capabilities or these traits. This is the key here. Now, so typically in most of the senior leadership hiring, they are given assignments. Okay, this is my vision of the company, and how would you grow this organization in the next 1 year or next 2 years? And they come back and they come up with the business plan and say, this is how I am going to hire. So it's not an interview process. It's not just like just like you will hire a fresher or a Java employee. You don't hire a leader like that. You typically try to understand whether the alignment is there, whether the vision is matching, whether the person is capable enough to grow the organization. And of course, we talked about the transparency and the trust part. Now, let's take an example. Now, let's say you are driving a car, okay, and the car has 4 wheels. The 4 wheels are equally inflated. Now, if one of them is not inflated enough, which means less air pressure, that means the whole thing will wobble, right? The car will wobble when you are driving it. So it's equally inflated. So the energy level has to be same as what you have. When the vision that you have to grow your organization your leaders should have, they should be to match to that particular energy level and the vision that, we have to be there together. Then when you start driving the car, the wheels, all the four wheels run in the same speed. It runs in the same speed, same direction. They're aligned in the same direction. It's aligned properly. Now, are your leaders aligned to you and your organization and the goals of the organization? Is the alignment there? Are they ready to run at the same speed, thinking that this is my organization and I have to build this organization? That's another important aspect that we look at, is the alignment part, whether my leaders are aligned to take up that responsibilities. And if yes, they are good to go from the hiring perspective, and they should have the energy, the motivation, self drive and self motivation. This is the key. Now, you would not want a leader where you are giving them direction, or taking status saying that, we discussed this and did it happen or not? That does not work. Then there is no, cohesion. It's not working together. So we want the leaders to be self motivated, having the self drive, and ready to make decisions. They should be able to make decisions, the right decisions for your company. So these are the
I
some of the things. But however, there are many other aspects that we look at. We look at their attitude. We look at their ethics. If a leader is not having good ethics, we definitely don't want to hire that leader. Okay, the attitude has to be very strong. The person has to be very strong in communication. Communication is a key, because all the people who are reporting to a leader, if the communication skills is missing, you cannot run the organization. It's very difficult. So there are many other aspects, but these are the key things that we look at when we are hiring a top leadership team and building an organization. It's very important. Yeah.
I just have a follow-on question over here. So you mentioned vision alignment as a key criteria while looking at hiring leaders. Now, which would you give more importance to in terms of vision alignment and having the right skill sets for the job? So let's say if you're hiring for a senior leadership role and you're choosing between two candidates, and you feel that there is more vision alignment with one, but with the other, the skill set would probably be a little more. So if there is a decision to be made such as this, which direction do you think business leaders should go with?
I would definitely choose a vision alignment, and rather than the skill sets, because when we are talking about skill sets, let me give some examples. Now, if there are two employees having exactly the same skill, but one of the employees is having very high commitment level, very high commitment level. Now, can that employee be replaced? You can obviously find out a different employee to replace, different person to replace a person with the equal skill set. You can replace with a lower paying employee. You can bring a person. But if a person is highly committed, you cannot replace that employee. It's very difficult, because commitment is difficult to find. So between skills and commitment, I will give a higher weightage to commitment. Now, similarly, between skills and vision alignment, I will give a higher weightage to vision alignment. A person with a vision can actually drive an organization. That's very important. He is able to visualize and see where I'm ready to take the organization to. That person will come up with multiple ideas. That's maybe one or two skills may not be there, but the basic skills, of course, is required, which is leading the team, making decisions. These are the skills. But if I really look at two people coming together and are having, similar skill sets, a person with a higher alignment to the vision, that person, because that person will be more innovative, he will be more creative, he will come up with ideas, will strategies to grow the organization. Just having skill sets will not work.